Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Brunhilda Hills Race Complex. It's finally here, the final race of the 2021 Stunt Race Series. Today we finish up the last event and see the final standings for the whole series. But before we get to the race, let's take a look at some of the action from the last year. Ooh, that's some exciting stuff. 16 sponsors entered at the beginning, earning series points for their performance in each event. Here's the standings as they stood before this final event got started. Marquista had a pretty commanding lead at the end of round 3. Let's see if anybody can score points enough in this round to knock them off the top. It's the same pursuit rules as last time. First to 2 wins will win the race, and series points will be awarded as seen here. After the race, we'll determine the podium for this event, and then the podium for the whole series. Our final racers are Vincenzo Ravello driving the Volkswagen Scirocco for Club 23 Le Mans, and Hayden Mulvey driving the Donut Drifter for Big Chungus Tires and Donuts. And we are lined up for the first heat of the final race of the Brunhilda Hills Stunt Race Series. Coming at the space turn, but both officers are down. We got one that's gone into the crowd, but both drivers will finish. Hayden Mulvey will finish first. We're going to need to take a look back at that. Oh goodness. We've got some people down here. We've got our officers turned over on top of somebody. Let's take a look at this replay here while they're trying to get that sorted out. It's coming through the space turn, and we lost one. There's our patrol car. That's already flipped. And then coming out here, the SUV. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at this. Oh, hits the fence, tumbles over. Oh, the humanity. Oh no, let's see that again. Oh goodness. That is not for the squeamish, ladies and gentlemen. And the rest of the race still completes now unhindered by any of the patrol cars. They are free to take their leisure come through, crashing through the barrier. Barrier comes and hits the camera. There's Mulvey taking the first heat on that one. Let's hope that those people are okay. We got the ambulance over there now taking a look, and it looks like even some of the showgirls around there are trying to help out. One guy's still taking pictures. With a time of 4:91, Hayden Mulvey takes heat 1. Let's line up for heat 2. Looks like we got 2 fresh officers for this one. We got Mulvey out to a little bit of an early lead. Coming up the turn, and oh goodness, both of the officers are gone again. Vincenzo Ravello takes the barricade in reverse and takes the second heat. And Brunhilda comes over and says hi to the camera there. She seems to be enjoying the racing. All the chaos from all those police cars flipping over. She seems to be enjoying herself. We're looking at a time of 5:06 for Vincenzo Ravello on that second heat. Take a look at the replay on this one. The Mulvey seems to be out in front, but coming into that first turn, Vincenzo takes over. And there's where we lost our patrol car. And look at this, both of them flipping that SUV. Look at, flips right over the track. Beyond that wall, we don't even know what's back there. I don't know if we're going to be able to find that car. But yeah, just Vincenzo blocking him the whole way, just looking him dead in the eyes as he takes that barricade in reverse. Make sure he crosses the finish line first here. That's 1-1. We are tied up. We are in sudden death here. Mulvey's out to a slight lead here going into that first turn. Now at the space turn, he's got a good sized lead here. Ravello's going to have to push to catch up. He's trying at the end, but no, it's not enough. Mulvey takes it. Hayden Mulvey, driving the Donut Drifter, is the winner of Event 4 of the Stunt Race Series. We're going to have to go through and do some calculations to see where that puts him for the Stunt Race Series overall, but let's take a look at this first. He came out of the space turn in the lead, and he had a good 3-car length lead there throughout most of the rest of the track. Both of the officers were fighting each other for some reason. And as we came into the home stretch here, Ravella did a final push, but just was not enough. Could not get around him. Moby blocking him out. Look at all that carnage going through the gate there. That's it. Hayden Moby 2, Vincenzo Ravella 1. So let's take a look at the final standings for the entirety of the Brunhilda Hills Stunt Race Series. And first we want to thank all of the sponsors for this year's event. I know it took a long time to complete, but we're finally here. So in 16th place is Bill Jim Bob, sponsored by Spirit64. Then we had Jerky Sweats, who was sponsored by Tux McBee. In 14th place we had REO Speedwagon, sponsoring himself. And then in 13th place we had Ghoul, sponsored by Frank Castle. In 12th place we had Tsuneo Oshida, sponsored by Raiden Electric Motors. And we had Roger Sterling in 11th place, sponsored by White Knuckle Motor and Speed Shop. In 10th place we had Debbie, sponsored by Mama's Hot Rods. And then in 9th place we had Competitronicus, sponsored by Norman Burton Racing. In the 8th place we had Funk, who was sponsored by Legacy Diecast Racing League. 7th place was Susie Cruz, sponsored by Arrogant Lampshade Productions. 6th place, sponsored by Rob Allen over at Wallside Diecast Racing. And Zerp Corp, sponsored by Bay City Diecast Racing, 5th place. 4th place was Baron Von Welch, sponsored by Dog Detective Agency. And now for our podium for the Brunhilda Hills Stunt Race Series 2021. And here's the final leaderboard for you. All points and all events. And again, thank you to all those that sponsor drivers in this series, and be on the lookout for our next Stunt Race Series, which is going to be starting up pretty soon here. It's a mail-in event, and there's still a few spots left open, so check the Facebook group if you want to join in. And if you're unable to mail in a car, Yellow Bomb Burritos Racing Team and the BREW Racing Team are going to raffle off a couple of driver spots, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Yahoo!